Hello, World of Tank Blitzers, it's Littlefinger, and today I'm talking about Spring Maneuvers. It is the latest free tank, if you can call it free, giveaway by Wargaming. And so it starts the minute you log on, and let's open it up. And we'll click on this information button here just above purchase, and you can see you've got to earn combat emblems and spring pins. So to get the combat emblems, you have to basically, in a series of 3 games, your top game with the highest amount of experience points that you get counts towards the combat emblems. And it appears to me that that is running concurrently. You don't have to wait per day, so it's going to be your first 30 battles. Now, the spring pins is obviously completed by getting missions. The prize at the end of this is the T-44-100, which you can see here in the garage. And I'll compare the stats to the T-44 that I've got in the garage here. To me, it doesn't even look like it's going to be much better than this tank. So I am not sure if this grind is worth it, or if it is actually even attainable. Because if we look here and go through each of these 7 stages that you have to complete, you see here 2,400 and 356 pins. And if we go through and add all of these up, you have to complete each and every one of these stages. And you have to complete that final stage there of 2,400 and 356. Gives you 11,200 combat and 1,915 spring pins. So for the emblems there, for your first 30 battles, you get in groups of 10. Your best game in experience points has to average 1,120. Well, let's take a look at some of my tanks here and how much experience points I'm getting. 1,120. Well, let's take the AMX-38 off because that's an anomaly for only having played 2 games. But the Object 704, 1,080. FV-4202, only 7 games in it. 1,078. So even if I have, one of my best games every 3 games, I'm going to be in the neighborhood of a low 1,000. I'm not going to be 1,100. So I'm going to fall short on combat emblems. And if we look at the spring pins, if we go to missions, we'll see here 52, 45, and 50. So approximately 150 per set of missions that you complete. Now obviously you can do that 2 times per day if you don't work or go to school or anything like that. So you can actually get up to 300 per day. So at 1,915 spring pins needed, you're going to have to average 191. So doesn't look like you're going to get to the end. You might be able to get somewhere in here if you play a lot. Now I'm not sure what that's going to bring down the gold purchase price of this tank to, but if we go to the store here, we can see that Tier 8, the IS-6 is 7,600, T-34 7,600. So these Tier 8s here, the FCM 50T 7,350. So if you can get this T-44-100 under 7,000 gold, you're obviously getting a premium tank for less than what you would pay for in the store. But is it worth it? Now let's take a look and compare these 2 tanks. So here are the 2 tanks side by side, the T-44 non-premiums on the left, T-44-100 on the right. You can see here that looks like that frontal sloped armor is a little bit steeper on the premium tank, and obviously you've got the side skirts. Other than that, just about everything is the same, including the gun with the same numbers, except for one factor. T-44 has 7 degrees of gun depression, and the T-44-100 only has 5. So here you have the data from blitzstars.com. You can see from the damage per minute to penetration to alpha all the way down to aim time, dispersion, everything is the same. Like I said, gun depression 5 degrees on the 44-100 and 7 on the 44. And then the other difference is your engine horsepower, 572 versus 748. So this tank is going to feel a little bit more sluggish and not move around as well. The upside to the T-44-100 is it's got a faster traverse speed, and obviously as a premium it's going to have higher earning credit coefficients, so hopefully you make more money in this tank. So the jury's still out on whether this tank is worth it. Interested in your comments and to see how low you can get that gold amount required to purchase this tank. So good luck with your battles out there, guys. Have fun, stay safe, get educated. Not fingered. Littlefinger out.